When was the Bible written? Now, this might blow you away with the amount of internal evidence that is amazing in the Bible in our short little Bible study today. Hey, encourage you, if you like Bible study, please subscribe to the channel, share it with other people, because that's what we're doing on the channel, is just some short Bible studies. So we are in Mark chapter 13, verses 1 and 2 today. Before we get into the Bible, let me give you a little bit of a story. So picture I wrote a historical document about New York City, and specifically the World Trade Center area. And say in my historical document, I describe the World Trade Centers. I talk about the building structure and the use and all this different stuff, but I never say anything about their destruction. Would you have any clue as to when I wrote this document? Yeah, of course. We would all know that you wrote the document at least prior to 2001. It would come before that point. But if I wrote that same document and it recorded the major events of the World Trade Center bombing, well, then you and I would know that the document was written after 2001. It's an internal document check. Well, the Bible has the same exact thing. So check this out. This is Mark chapter 13, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Then this is Jesus, as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples said to him, 'Teacher, see what manner of stones and the buildings, how great they are.' And Jesus answered and said to him, 'Do you see these great buildings? Not one stone shall be left upon another that shall not be thrown down.'" So prior to this, check out our earlier studies, but right before this, people were saying how there's this struggle. Jesus was putting the religious leaders in their place. And then we get this thing, they're probably walking around, one of the disciples are like, "Jesus, look at the amazing thing that the religious people have done. This is really powerful, really amazing." And Jesus is correcting them, putting them in their place, realizing, guys, not one stone, this is going to be destroyed. Not one stone is going to be left upon another. Now, most people, when they're looking at historians, they're looking at these documents, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Acts. They admit these are written in the fashion of historical documents. And just about everything they say is backed up by non-religious history. It's backed up by archaeology. This is a historical documentation, and most will agree to those facts. Now, when you're looking at them in a historical document, now there's some of the New Testament that's not historical documents, some of the epistles, but these 5 books, they're definitely historical documents. But not one of them mentions the destruction of the temple, other than they said it's going to happen, which means we know that the Roman general Titus, he surrounded Jerusalem for 3 years, a 3-year siege. And at the end of it, in 70 AD, they attacked, they destroyed, and one of the soldiers threw a lit torch into the temple. And it burned the temple down. And all the gold, they actually say, historians have put the value of the temple building in our dollar amount would be over $1 trillion to build this same building today. So this massive building, all of this gold, it melted, it went between the stones. And the soldiers, to try to recover all this gold, they took it apart, one stone upon another. They took it completely apart. This is exactly what Jesus was talking about here. We can know for certain that the New Testament was written prior to 70 AD. This is an internal structure. Have confidence. Know that God is moving, God is working. Look at this Bible. Trust it. God wants to talk to you through His Word today. I sure love you guys.